Let me save you a lot of time and honestly, money too. WordPress is not the best option for real estate agents, despite what people are telling you. And I know that's going to rub a lot of people the wrong way. I know that. Sorry, unpopular opinion, but it's a fact. WordPress is initially a blogging platform, and then some companies started putting coding on it to appeal to the real estate industry. And like I said, I know that's going to rub some people the wrong way. For years, you've been told that WordPress is the most powerful. It's what professionals use. You just need the right developer. And on paper, that sounds all right. But here's what I see in real life. And I talk with hundreds of agents every single week. Our company has been in business for over 25 years. I'm a senior consultant at iHouse Web, and this is what we do. So here's what I see in real life. Agents are spending months, sometimes years, building out a WordPress site, and it's still not giving them any type of results or traction or visibility. And I'm talking about, I've talked with agents, one who spent 5 years. I talked with another agent who was working on their site for 13 years. Think about that. All of that time that you're committing for no results, all of that money that you're spending with a developer. I've talked with other agents who spent five, six, $8,000 on a developer who just kept telling them, "Oh yeah, you're fine," knowing that they weren't getting any type of result. So you spend all this time, you spend all this money, and then you launch it, and what happens? Nothing. Nothing. You get no traffic, you get no leads, you have no consistency. Now you're sitting there thinking, is it me? Am I doing something wrong? No, it's not you. You just unfortunately are with the wrong platform, or you've gotten with the wrong developer who set it up and built it on the wrong foundation. Before we go any deeper, you are in the right place. I'm Dominique, senior consultant at iHouse Web, and I created this channel to give you some guidance. If you want a simpler breakdown of what your website should be doing, then go ahead and click the link in the description and grab your free mini guide. It's going to help you get started. If you want me to take a look at your current setup and tell you exactly what is going on, where the gaps are, and how you can fix it, then go ahead and book your site review using the link in the description below. Because most of you don't need more tools, you just need clarity and strategy. Now let's get into it. So, why are most agents even choosing WordPress? Well, let's be fair, there's a reason. WordPress has some flexibility. You can customize it, you can put designs on it, whatever you'd like. So, people really like that because you can have some flexibility in terms of how you can make it look really high end. You'll see companies like Agent Image, Agent Fire, custom developers, they will use a WordPress platform to build out your website. Naturally, you're thinking, okay, well, I heard good things about WordPress. This must be a good thing for me. So I'll go with it. Also, people will go with WordPress because costs are pretty low if you just go with WordPress. But if you go with a company like Agent Fire or Agent Elite or any of these other companies that are building your site on a WordPress platform, you're going to pay much more. What works doesn't matter if you're an agent, if you're a smaller office, if you're a team lead, if you're a bigger brokerage. What works is a really strong foundation because you are not trying to manage a website full time. You're in real estate, you're a realtor, you're running an office, you have a job, your primary job, and that's what you need to focus on. Taking on another job to become coder for your website, and trust me, I've built lots of websites before I even got into this position. It's a lot of undertaking, right? You're working your primary job. This might even real estate might even be your second job, but if you're working multiple jobs, you're working real estate, then then you go home and you have your family commitments. It's a lot to take on. Now you've got to stay up and figure out this coding process and how to add it and how to fix these broken links and do all of this stuff. You're not trying to do the coding process. You're trying to get more clients, build your business, have a functional CRM so that you can automate your leads, get some of your time back so you can focus on building relationships. Have something that actually works without you having to babysit it or constantly send out support tickets that you have to wait weeks to hear back on. That's where WordPress starts to break down. The reality that most agents hit, you launch the site and at first you're really excited. It looks really good. It looks really professional. But then 4, 5, 6 months down the road, you're not seeing any type of results. Yeah. And of course, it can take some time to gain traction on Google. It takes a couple weeks to get for Google to index and recognize the site. Then it takes a couple months to gain traction. But what's happening is you'll start to realize after, a few months that something's off, or maybe something breaks, and then you can't get a hold of your support, or you get a hold of the person who signed you up on the platform, and then they can't get a hold of support. So it just stretches it out. And the reason why is because things are starting to break down. That happens. But What's happening now? Well, you've got plugins on your WordPress website. So now instead of contacting your platform, now I've got to get in touch with this other vendor as well. And instead of focusing on your business, you're basically chasing people down. You're stuck dealing with the back end. You're stuck fixing links, or worse, you stop touching it completely, which is what I found with other agents. They just let it go. They just give up on it. And then they go, the SEO doesn't work. Well, unfortunately, it's not working for you, but I assure you it does work when it's built correctly. You just need to find the right platform, and that's why you're here. Your website should not just be an expense. It shouldn't just be a landing page that just sits there. This is your foundation. This is your digital storefront. It should be bringing you leads. It should be helping you grow. It should not just be existing, especially if you're going to be putting money into it every single month. It should not just be existing. It should be working for you, pulling in all of your tools, your social media, helping you manage your referrals and things like that. Let's break down why WordPress fails really quickly. Speed kills your leads before you even start. Okay. Most red WordPress sites, because they're pulling in all of these plugins, this site has a lot of code. So your site ends up taking, 10 or more seconds to load, which may not seem like a lot to you, but it's a lot for the client. People have short attention spans. They're not going to stay there and wait for your site to load. I mean, think about your own behavior. If you click on a site and it doesn't load immediately, are you going to give it another chance? Are you going to wait around? Or are you prioritizing something you need to do and you need to get that done? That's what you're doing. So you lead. Your clients are doing the exact same thing. Google can see that. Buyers feel that. You want to make sure that the pages are optimized and loading quickly. And you need a site that's fully integrated. Google likes everything coming from one source so that your data is not being fragmented down. Now, the second thing is the IDX experience isn't built in. That is totally working against you. I mean, there's no real-time data coming in. It looks boxy, it looks outdated, it looks stale, and you want to make sure that you're staying in a competitive lane. What's happening is there's not a true marriage between the website and your IDX provider. It's separate, okay? It's not native. So what happens? The search is very clunky. It's not a trusted website. Google is not going to send anybody to a site that it doesn't feel like it's a relevant, credible source. If your experience for the user is breaking down on your site, you can pretty much guarantee it's not going to send anybody your way. Now, we can't get mad at Google, guys. This is just the algorithm and the way that it's set up. You need to make sure that you are providing the tools and the resources that Google needs to actually index your site, because otherwise, guess where those leads are going? Zillow, Homes, another agent in your area that actually took the time and built these hyperlocal safe searches and actually invested in their website. The third thing is you are totally responsible for everything. Any issue, any broken link, any type of support issue, if something breaks down on your website, you're responsible for it. There's no support team backing you up, guys. You're pretty much figuring this out on your own. And you know how busy you are. You have listings, you have appointments, you have open houses, contracts that are coming in, somebody that just called and is actually ready to move forward. Maybe a deal fell through. You have other things to do. And this is the part nobody talks about enough with WordPress. If you don't have somebody to work with who knows what they're doing, then you're going to be responsible for all of the security, the updates, the backups. And if something breaks, I mean, shit, you're out of luck. Or you're just going to wait on your developer. And even then, your developer isn't going to fix it. I talked with one agent who had a developer, built the website, and then charged them later for every additional add-on, and then charge them later to bring in IDX, which they told them up front the platform they were building it on had an IDX feed. So she was not happy about the fact that later, after she already signed on and paid $5,000 to the developer, they're like, oh, you have to pay an additional $200 a month because we have to pull in a third-party plugin for your IDX. So you don't want to do that, because now what's happening? Well, over time, you're just throwing away thousands and thousands of dollars. We want to stop that so that you can continue to grow. Now, let's zoom out, because this issue is way bigger than WordPress. This is about how you're building your business. Right now, a lot of agents are doing this. They're posting on social media, trying to stay visible. Some are running ads, hoping for referrals, and there's no real system underneath it. I know referrals are a great resource, right? Because they come with that built-in trust. I love referrals. Wink, wink. If you want to send referrals my way, love it. But who doesn't love referrals, right? Everybody loves referrals. But Referrals are putting all of your eggs in one basket. If you're only doing paid ads, you're putting all your eggs in one basket. If you're only doing social media, you're putting all your eggs in one basket. You don't have a really strong, stable foundation. The most successful agents are rounding it out. They have a strong foundation and then they pull on their social media. You got to think about it. Your social media is going to take some time to build up. The most successful agents start to see results from their social media. It takes about a year. So during that time, how are you going to drive new business? Well, you need to get in front of your market. And with most buyers, over 90% of buyers start looking for the agent in the home online. If you don't have any visibility there, well, you're just not even in the pool. So you need to make sure that you have a system that is consistent, that you can control. Because, yeah, times are good. And when things are good, things are good. We don't think about the bad times, right? But in those good times is when you should be investing. Because when things slow down, you got to build up that momentum and you got to start all the way back over. And then you're basically playing catch up to somebody who already took care of this in your area. You don't want to be constantly trying to figure it out. That's exhausting. And who has time for that? And while you're figuring it out, somebody else next to you in your area actually just invested in themselves and fixed it. How can you actually grow your business right now? Well, doing the right thing, you're here. So that's the first thing, because on this channel, we give you a lot of information and free resources and tools and insights to help guide you, because there's a lot of misinformation out there. But the right agents are not just doing one thing. They're not just doing more. They're not just doing busy work. They have a strong, stable foundation, and then they expand, they layer on top of that. So instead of you chasing after everything, you are the bottleneck, right? Instead of that, now you'll have something that works for you in the background that utilizes, pulls in some AI tools so that it can help you scale more efficiently. You do not want to be the bottleneck. How do you expect to double your revenue? How do you expect to retire? Maybe you're older. How do you expect to retire in a few years if you still have no visibility online? Do you want to stay stuck in the status quo? Well, I'm fine with where I'm at. Okay, fine with where you're at, but what if you could get an extra 15, 20, $50,000 just by opening the doors to your website? That is the difference. That's why a lot of clients will switch from WordPress to an iHouse platform. iHouse, like I said, has been around for over 25 years and they can integrate with other CRM systems like Follow Up Boss. But if you don't want to use Follow Up Boss, they have an internal CRM system called Turbo Leads that helps you manage your leads faster, automated drip email campaigns. But you want to be able to make sure you have a pipeline coming in, right? So not only are you able to manage your current clients, but you can manage your new clients that are coming in through the website as well. And what happens is you're getting a professional, beautiful IDX website that is visible online. It's almost like you bought a car and you bought a Mercedes and then you put like Toyota parts in it. You know what happens when you buy a car and you put the wrong parts in it? It's not going to drive, or you're going to constantly be taking it in. You're going to constantly be paying maintenance. You're going to constantly be fixing stuff, right? As opposed to if you just got the right tires for the right car, right? The right parts for the right car, then you're in a good position. You can drive, right? So that's why a lot of people will go with iHouse. First, it's specifically built for real estate. So any type of real estate, property management, developers, investment, teams, offices, individual agents, but these are for the agents in growth mode. So if you are looking for a professional web landing page with an IDX vendor that has a direct relationship with your MLS, but takes it beyond that, creates the actual content that allows Google to actually see your site and now it can drive business to it. That's huge. That's huge. So your listings, your search, your pages, all of this was designed to work together. It's not supposed to be, sporadically misplaced on all of these different areas. Now, you can do certain things like you can use iHouse Web as your web platform, and then you can use a different CRM. You could use Follow Up Boss. You could use Go High Level. You could use whatever type your broker CRM if you want to. But the important thing is you have a web presence where you can control your traffic, your leads, your brand. And now you have a website that can easily convert those. The second thing about iHouse is it's simple. It's simple and reliable. We get lost in all of these bells and whistles, this next new gadget and this AEO package and all that. That's just bells and whistles and noise. Bring it down to the foundation. If at the very core, you don't have the data that talks about your pages that need to be seen in your market, well, then you need to take a step back. There's nothing to add on. You need to start there. The third thing about iHouse is it gives you your time back. Their support team is unmatched. Over 450 reviews that are 5-star that talk about the support team. You're not logging in trying to fix things on your own. You are not managing all of that on your own by yourself. It's going to work the way that you're supposed to. And then you also, what does that do? It gives you your time back. It actually converts. And I mean, isn't that the point? It actually converts. So you're not just having a website, a landing page that sits there, but you actually have something that turns traffic into real opportunities that's actually functional for your user. You may think my site is fine, right? I don't need to update it, but clients don't think that way. They want to be able to search through it. They need to be able to find out the information. They might even find another listing that they like. If you don't have that information on your page, you're going to lose them. Here are the action steps that I need you to do. Go look at your website. Go take a look. Go into Google. Don't look at it as the agent. I want you to look from a client perspective. Is this something that you would use? Would you stay on it? Is it clear what the agent does? Do you trust this agent with your home? Then ask yourself, is this site actually helping me grow? Think about how long you've been with the platform, how much money you've spent, if you've seen a return. Go into Google, do a homes for sale type search from a buyer perspective. If you are primarily focused on new construction or single family that's 500, 600, 700,000, do a buyer search. Single family homes for sale in whatever city you're in, your city, and put the price point, put some specifics about it, and see if your site shows up. I guarantee 90% of you won't show up. And so that's why it's important that you don't just go, I don't really care about it. It doesn't work. It does work. And I'm assuring you that your competitors are doing it. If you're not sure what to fix, go ahead and download that free guide right now, but make sure you're taking the steps because I'll show you exactly what it looks like. And if you want some real feedback, book a call. I'll walk you through it and then I'll tell you exactly what you need to do, show you what's going on with your website, see if we can find a common ground to make sure that you're getting in a great position and that your site is actually going to be a return on and give you a return on your investment. Because you don't need more complexity. You don't need to pay more money for more add-ons, more tools. You just need information, you need clarification, and you need something that actually works. Going to allow you to focus on your clients. We'll handle some of the admin tasks for you, continue to nurture clients if you're busy or if you're on a listing, actually put you in front of your market so you can grow your business. That's it for today, guys. Now, if this helped, I need you to hit that subscribe button so I can continue to make more free courses and trainings just like this one. And don't forget to grab your free mini guide to help get you started. And don't forget to book your call as well with one of our advisors. That's it for today, guys. See you next time. I'm Dominique. Bye bye.